Okay, y'all. So I was supposed to do this live like May 18th, but I changed my mind, honestly. And I was like, at first it was like the heat of the moment, like when it happened, like before, I mean the day after, but then I was just like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. But basically by the title, I made like I made I guess a friend at the fair on the 17th, which is on what, like a Saturday. And I don't know, just something like I was waiting in line in a ride and something just made me like want to talk to her. Like, I don't know what it was. She was white. She was a white girl. And I don't know, I was just like, because I'm in between friends, y'all. Like, not in between friends, but it's just like, I don't know, just making friends is not really something that's easy for me. Like, I didn't know how to do it. And I was even asking my sister because we were all waiting in line. I'm just like, how do I talk to her? Like, and my sister was like, just ask her what school she goes to and do from there. And I'm just like, uh, I don't want to. And I eventually did ask her. She was like, I was like, oh, like what school do you go to? And then she was like, oh, I'm actually not in school right now. I was like, me neither. And then yeah, and then eventually, then I was like, oh, like, do you have like Instagram? That's if you want to share it. And then she was like, yeah, 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 like I have it. And I was like, oh, oh my fucking God. And then she turned around and then she turned around and then my sisters were there and then she looking at my sisters and then they introduced and I was like, oh, oh, these are my sisters. And then, my sister said my older sister said her name and then my younger sister said her name. And then yeah, they shook hands and whatnot. And then yeah, that was it. And I'm just like, I'm hella scared. And so then I eventually started, like, I immediately started locking in, y'all. Like, I started locking in. I was maintaining, like we were just going, like, on the rides and whatnot. And then we split up because my sisters wanted to, oh, my sisters wanted to go on, like, one ride. And then, I mean, me personally, like, I like a big ass ride. Like, I like big roller coasters. I'm not afraid of heights or anything. And so, but my sisters, they're more cautious about those things. And so, and so I don't know if I should say her name. Amanda. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, I just reached like 27 viewers. Ever that's the highest viewership that I've ever gotten on a live stream. Is it because of the title? Wait, I just reached 32. What the fuck? Okay, let me stop. Anyways, Amanda Kitchens. You know what's crazy? That's literally the girl's name that I'm talking about. Amanda. Her name was Amanda. But I doubt you're Amanda. I doubt you're her. But anyways, yeah. Like, I never really had like white friends because I grew up like around Hispanic people and black people. So it's like I don't trust her. I don't trust her. And it's like she never really did anything that was like, kind of off. She didn't. It's just I don't know. I just feel iffy. And I also catch myself a little bit like changing like how I talk in front of her as well. And I don't know. It's just kind of like code switching in a way. And what's crazy is like as of now, oh my god, like I don't know how to pronounce your name. Like Lachydermis. I'm not even gonna try it. But hello, hi. But yeah, shit. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I've mostly had like Hispanic friends and black friends. I think the last time I had a white friend was probably like Bitch, in kindergarten. I remember her like it was yesterday. Her name was Abigail. And yeah. And then there was like that's like a whole thing where like, the whole racial undertones and things like that. And it's like, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to like give off the wrong impression because then I'm gonna have to explain myself and then yeah, no. Anyways, but yeah, that's the last time I had a white friend. And I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, she doesn't give off the vibe of, oh, I don't like niggas, right? But you know what's crazy? Like, even now, like, I would even joke, like, I would even joke with my sister, like, that's how she is, like, but she never gave off that vibe. Like, like, um, for example, right? She's a worker at the fair, and I saw, like, she had like slacks, and she had like a collared shirt. And I'm looking and I'm just like, and I was telling my sister, I was like, yo, that's something that I would do. That's something I would do. I wear slacks to a fair. And then you'd be like, what the hell are you wearing? And then she started laughing. And then, but it didn't click in my mind like, oh, she works there. She works here. I don't know. I just thought I just thought it was an interesting fashion choice. Like she wearing slacks to the fair. I'm like, period. And so, my sister was like, we departed at the end of the night, and then my sister asked me the next day. She was like, oh, did you call your friend? And she was like, did you ask her what gate she was working so we can get into the fair for free? I was like, girl, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, she really gonna be like, niggas. Like, she really gonna be like niggas. And but again, she never gave off that vibe like, oh, like racism vibe. But I did pull cards, y'all, on her energy because I just had to. Like, I just had to. Like, I was curious. And then she, I don't like to pull cards on myself when it comes to other people because I just like to live my life, to be honest. And if I just so happen to get myself in a situation that's like not good, then I mean it is what it is, right? And we keep trucking, like we keep moving, right? But I did pull cards and like I had like the what is it, the Hermit Tarot that I used to use all the time in my videos. And then this card that kept popping out was, what do you want? And I'm just like, I know it was weird. Like, I did, like, all of a sudden out of the blue ask her, like, oh, do you have an Instagram? Like, decide to be her friend. I don't know why. I don't know why I was so drawn to her, but it's like, we have a lot of things in common too, like music taste and the fact that we like to go places, like we usually like go to outings and stuff by ourselves. Like she was telling me like she usually would go to raves by herself. And we're pretty close in age too. Like I'm a year older than her, but we're still pretty close in age. And yeah, like oh, she was telling me like she would go to raves by herself. And I'm just like, oh, I go to concerts by myself, right? And I'm just like, is it meant to be naturally? But I don't know. It's like I don't know, but it's like when I did pull her energy, I'm sure she was just, curious like what the fuck, what do you want, like, but it's like I don't want it to come off as a way of like, oh, I'm trying to use her for like her employee discount or whatever. Like it's not like that. Like, and even then, like, no, because y'all, when I go to work, like, because I have like two jobs now, right? When I go to work, it customers be asking me for my discount and shit. I be like, I ignore them. I be like, it'll be da 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 da. Like the total, this will be your total. Like you, would- like I hate that shit. Like it's like dry begging, and it's like, what makes you think I would give you a discount? What makes you think that I would do this or do that? Like I don't know you. I don't know you. Like go somewhere with that. Like are you like ask your mama. Like but it's like, yeah, like I don't like dry begging ass bitches. If I gotta get it out the mud, then I'ma get it out the mud. Like if I had to get it, then you gotta get it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just like a firm believer of like get it yourself or. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly feel like I don't know. I don't know. But we gonna see what happens, y'all. Like, and I usually don't really have friends that much. So it's like I don't know. But then also, I got back into contact with my ex as well. And I just, as of yesterday, and he's on probation. He's on probation because I blocked him because, yeah, it was like a more so like a inconsistency issue. And I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest with you, like as of now, like I am not very like mentally like prepared to like be in a relationship. Like even when I try and like even when I just talk, like I'm in the talking stages with somebody, it's like I just I don't want to do it. Like I don't want to be in I like in I realize like I'm very bitchy. I'm very bitchy, very passive aggressive, and I don't try to be like yes I do. And I feel bad because like sometimes um I've realized that, in I like to say that I've been in like toxic relationships, and when I'm in like toxic relationships, like, and then when I finally meet a good, I should say, when I finally meet a decent guy, I become the aggressor. And I have no problem with admitting that. Like, and I've realized it, like, but it's like, I guess in a way, I don't know how to go about not being the aggressor in a sense. And it's like, I don't like abuse nobody. I don't put my hands on nobody. I could just be very mean and very bitchy. And y'all, they like that shit. They like that shit. And I'm just like, I feel bad in a way, but it's like, and I am currently going through therapy. Like, I am like, I just want to be like ruminating on those things, right? Like, but it's like, I don't know. It's just, I do like become a monster. And I feel bad in a sense. And when it comes to my ex that I currently got back into contact with, I mean, he's trying. He's trying. I do see that he's trying. But like, and also, I don't know, I guess my eyes have been a little bit opened as well. Like, I could tell that he's pretty his self-esteem is pretty fragile, and he could sometimes be a little insecure. And I'm not like I'm not like predatory or bitchy. Does that make sense? Like I don't prey on like anybody's insecurities or anything. I'm not that evil. I'm not that mean, but it's like I do try to I do try to catch myself, and I guess just be a little bit more cautious. But at the same time, I mean, like he's a grown ass man, right? And so I'm also going to hold him accountable and have my boundaries, and you know all that jazz. And I don't know, but yeah, I guess in a sense, like it's kind of eye opening for me in a way, because I've made mistakes where I've met like decent guys, and I didn't appreciate, what I had back then. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, I don't know if I should tell y'all all my business, like, because like I don't want y'all to look at me any differently. Because I mean, I'm human. I'm a human being. Like, and I made mistakes, and I've grown, and I've felt bad, and I've very much so, God has very much so humbled me. Like God has very much so put me in my place, and trust me, I felt every bit of karma. But it's like last boyfriend that I had, and he was a good guy, and he's like, I cheated, I did cheat on him. I did. I had me two separate niggas. No, I think it was three. I think it was three. And you know what? That boyfriend though, we were kind of long distance. He was back and forth between LA and Las Vegas. And I and this was like years ago, y'all. This was probably like, what is it, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe four. But I think like almost like three. But I I think I had me two or three separate niggas. But he was back and forth between LA and Los Angeles. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, like I need me I mean, Las Vegas and LA. But in my mind it's like I need attention, I have needs, and it's like, hold on. Sorry, give me a second. Also, y'all, did you see Kim Kardashian when they found cocaine in Kim Kardashian's skim shipment? I think I'm gonna do a reading on that low key because I'm like, what the fuck? That took a turn. And then someone said, "Oh, no wonder why she want to be a lawyer." And I was just like, I was like, bye. Not y'all putting two and two together. Now, do y'all think that she knew that that shit was in there? Y'all think that she's running a drug ring, y'all, through shipments? Because that's crazy. And honestly, it's the tea that we need, honestly, low key. But you know what? That's another thing that I want to talk about. I'm kind of torn because a lot of people get on social media and, pay attention to celebrities as a way of distracting themselves from, you know, like what's going on in the world. And, but then some people are like, oh, you shouldn't distract yourself, which I'm pro don't distract yourself, you know, because it's like, I don't know. But then also, it's like, then you have to think about what does that do for you exactly, especially if it's out of your control. Should you just distract yourself while it becomes less out of your control? Or, I don't know, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of torn because, like, the whole Cuba situation, like, nobody's talking about it. And then we have all these, y'all, just the distractions keep coming and coming and coming, like all like every other day. And I'm just like, and there's best believe that there's more shit because until the midterms, best believe that there's more shit all the way up until November of this year. And the fuck, Mr. Daddy is here. Wait a minute. Do I know you? Do I know you? I mean, really? Well, you can always hit the Cash App, support black businesses. Anyways, mm, or the like button, and the subscribe button. See, 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 sometimes they don't like to pay what they weigh, y'all. They don't like to pay what they weigh. I'm supposed to just jump through hoops here and there to get to know. Oh, new to the channel. I know. To get to know a nigga, I need to jump through hoops, jump here and there. I was supposed to just up and jump, and then this thing is supposed to tell me to jump, and I say how high. Only jump in the ocean. What is that supposed to mean? It means, do you like swimming? It depends. Do you know the definition of cognitive dissonance? And don't look it up either. I'm gonna know if you look it up. Don't cheat. Nah, you taking too long to answer. You're looking it up. I don't know. At least you were honest. Oh, also, y'all, I recorded a reading on, what is it, Sad Satan, I think, last week. I haven't posted it yet because I don't really like the reading. Hi, Kit Kat. Oh, hi, Kit Kat. Love from Russia, mommy. Mwah. I mean, love to Russia, mommy. I think you told me you were from Russia. I don't know. I think that was you. That's not how you, wait, is that how you spell Wikipedia? Do you like swimming or not? It's okay. I like Cash App payments, Venmo payments, uh, subscribe payments, like button payments. You like to work? No. This channel is work. This channel is hella work, honestly. And people be asking me to come back to work, and I'm just like, yo, like I have a life apart from this channel. And I'm not gonna lie, like this channel is my baby. Like I love her, but it's like it's getting to a point where I'm just like, ugh, she's not growing. She's not growing. She's staying in adolescence, and it's been 2 years now. And I'm just like, y'all, like it's like I come back to her every now and then. I don't neglect her. I don't abandon her. But like, yeah, even now, I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to record no videos. I don't want to do no readings. Like, I'm just trying to get my life together. I have priorities. And my priorities don't consist of reading celebrities' business all the time. And I'm not complaining, right? I'm not complaining. Like, this is what I decided to do. But yeah, it's like, bitch, they got their own place, their own car, their own career, doing what they want. And I'm stuck here at the bottom, like, yeah. Anyways, Mr. B rules. I don't know. I just think that's pretty odd that you are flirting with me and you don't want to pay what you weigh. So then telling me to work. You don't know me. I do work. Could I say the same for you? Probably not, sweetheart. I don't even know what else to say, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here. And speaking of work, I have work tomorrow, and it's 2:30 a.m. and I'm still awake. But I took a nap earlier today, so that's why I'm still awake now. Y'all, there. Damn, maybe I shouldn't say this. Y'all, that rose got me. That rose got me. And so I was knocked out. I was knocked out. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you just don't need to know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh shit, like I overslept. And yeah, I didn't have work today. And I could have been the utmost productive today, but I wasn't. I could have recorded some videos. I could have done some readings. I could have went online. I could have I could have made the most of my time today, but I didn't. I just bed rotted. Also, what else did I see online? You know what I saw online? I saw when people were saying, wait, hold on, slow down, Samara. People were coming at EJ for critiquing Beyonce's outfit at the Met Gala. And I just want to say this. As a woman that, very much so pays attention to LGBTQ plus culture, um, sorry, anyways, I'm back. So, as a woman that pays attention to LGBTQ plus culture, I know that women, and I'm also a biological woman, right? Women get so offended by what a gay person or a transgender person has to say about them. And you shouldn't. Because, for one, first you have to understand that that's the culture. That community is very hypercritical of themselves and others. And you shouldn't internalize that. And I want to say this, but I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way, right? But for example, ballroom culture, which is one of the most beautifulest elements of LGBTQ plus culture, in my opinion. I love ballroom culture. But that whole culture is based off of criticism, straight up criticism, 10, 10, 10 across the board, you know, that's criticism, judging, kind of like judge shows that we watch, like on television, like American Idol and shit like that. And it's like, that's the culture. The culture is built off of criticism. And as a biological woman and as a person who appreciates LGBTQ plus culture, I don't get offended by what no trans woman says about another woman. I don't get offended by, you know, the taking the, what is it? Dressing up in makeup and calling. I don't get offended by that shit. And neither should other women. Because when you know who you are as a woman, that stuff doesn't really bother you. And you also have to separate the people that, try and, try to get a reaction out of you as well. And y'all fall for it every time. Y'all fall for the okey doke every time. I promise you, if you don't get offended by what these people do to try and make you feel bad, they'll just disappear. They'll disappear. Like, it's like, I see a lot of women, oh, EJ tries to be a woman. How dare you criticize another biological woman for what she wears at the fucking Met Gala? And I'm just like, y'all, I just can't help but eye roll. I just can't help but eye roll. You shouldn't internal. And y'all, I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Gender dysmorphia is very much so real. And being transgender is a more glorified version of body dysmorphia. It is. And am I saying that it's a bad version of body dysmorphia? That answer is neither black or white. There's gray areas, And transgender people that I listen to, they say that, they were born that way. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a transgender person. So I can't necessarily say if that's true or not. I can't. I can only go based off of what they say. And but I do know from what I observed and from what I know about LGBTQ culture and its subcultures and its elements is that it's based off of criticism. And you can't, as a woman, you cannot internalize that stuff. You can't. You can't. You shouldn't. Another example I saw, Durand, he's an up and coming artist. And he's also a gay man. And he went on a podcast with a whole bunch of women, and he was basically telling them the correct way of saying clock it, like how to say clock it, like the hand gesture that goes with it. And he was explaining to them, why you say clock it in that way, like because in sign language, you know, I forgot what he said. And then I forgot what he said, but he was basically correcting the women because they were saying it with like the two, with T when the two fingers touching, like they was doing the two fingers with the thumb and the index. But he said it's the thumb and the middle finger instead. I go to the comments and there's some ignorant women saying it's not that serious. It doesn't matter. And I said, hold on, hold on. Because if that's the case, then wait, what the fuck did I say? Basically, it's like, basically the point that I made, I can't remember verbatim, but basically the point that I made was it does matter because you're infiltrating a culture that's not yours. And he very much so has the right as a gay man to correct you on something that you're basically cultural appropriating. You're appropriating culture that's not yours. And then the audacity to say that it doesn't matter the correct way to clock something, that's ridiculous. And if that's the case, then you can't say that other people that are non-black are trying to cultural appropriate. It's the same thing. But see, it all boils down to I see a person, I see a gay man that's less than. People who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, they're less than me. Therefore, I don't need to respect their culture. And that is an absolutely concerning mentality to have as a minority. It's getting demonic and it's getting evil. And I wanted to make a video on, the whatchamacallit, the mindset of like, when did black women become so ignorant? When did black women become so ignorant? And y'all, it's getting to a point where it's like, it's not even just black women now. It's like it's women in general. These women and this is just from what I've seen recently. These women are starting to become weirdos, and they forever showing their stripes, y'all. Like I be on Reddit. Like I just recently started using Reddit more, and people on Reddit are already weird as fuck, right? But women on Reddit, y'all, they're just as weird as the men. And I'm just like, y'all are some weirdos. Women are no longer becoming a safe space. And it's like, bitch, when you fucking walking in a deserted alley, you gotta look out for a woman too. Same thing with what is that bitch's name? Ghislaine Maxwell. It's like that was the start of a predatory woman. And it's like, and even now, like there's been an uptick on the news. There's been an uptick of female teachers being inappropriate with their students. When at first, we would hear men, being inappropriate with their students, but now it's on the rise that women are being more inappropriate with their students. That was suspected of men, but women too. It's like, it's getting ridiculous to a point where it's like, women are actually weirdos, or just as weird as the men. And I don't know what shifted in the cosmos, y'all. What the fuck? It's nigga, what? Big Toe 26. Not your wait. I'm over here carrying on. Hey y'all, what the fuck? Anyways, anyways, what was I saying? Um, shit, I lost my train of thought because y'all are running amok in the comments. Um, but yeah, I'm just like, it's getting ridiculous out here. I lose faith in humanity by the millisecond. And I'm just like, am I the crazy one? Like, am I the one? Like, it's getting to a point where like there's very few people who have common sense. And now I feel crazy for having common sense. And it's like, and people are so like sensitive in a way. It's like you can't even express your opinion. And like it's getting to a point, but it's like we can't express our opinion. Stop being stupid. Like stop acting stupid. Like stop acting like you don't know. Stop being ignorant. And it's like, because if you can't take the heat, then get out the kitchen. Hello? But yeah, no, not we here. Bye. No, I wasn't saying hello as in like, are y'all here? I was saying hello like, never mind. But thanks for listening to me ramble. Mm, I don't even know what else to say. Also, when I mentioned like on my community tab, and this is for the playback. This is for the playback girlies, right? But when I mentioned on my community tab like about Cardi B, like first off, They knew what they was doing when they said, "Oh, Cardi B's leading the but the BET Awards nominations." Girl, BET Awards. BET stands for Black Entertainment Television. Cardi B is not black, okay? Cardi B is not black, and they knew what they were doing with that headline. They knew what they were doing, and I said, "You know what? I'm not even upset because to be honest with you, I see clearly what they're doing, and it's like you're trying to get a rise out of us, and I don't got time for it. We need to be talking about what's going on in Cuba. Speaking of Hispanics, speaking of full bred Hispanics, we need to be talking about what's going on in Cuba. Cuba doesn't have no electricity because they ran out of oil. You need oil for electricity. You need oil for gas, you need oil for all that shit. And Cuba has no oil because of the bombing in Iran and Donald Trump sanctioned the country. And because the country is communist is why he allegedly the country is communist, Diddy's fault, exactly, and that's why that nigga is under the jail now. Guess who else needs to be under the jail? Donald motherfucking Trump. And either under the jail or in the grave, it don't matter. But they're like, we need to start talking about that. And they're actively protesting on their streets, banging pots, which I don't know what that's supposed to do exactly. In my opinion, how I interpret it was they calling upon the ancestors. And as a person who's in America, as a person who lives in California, um, I need to hurry up and get my ass out of here because I feel like the ancestors is coming for our asses, and hopefully by the time that happens, I'm out of here and like somewhere like in Singapore or Europe or something like that. Like, hopefully, I'm not here when shit starts to hit the fan because I don't want to be here because I didn't do it. I didn't sanction Cuba. I didn't do none of that. Like, I'm not guilty of any of that. I didn't even vote for that nigga. I didn't even vote at all. Like, I didn't. I'm not a part of MAGA. I don't agree with MAGA. Like Lord, please spare me. Okay? So it's like I yeah. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna get my ass in them polls for midterms. And also I'm gonna vote for California governor. I'm going to vote for the governor because y'all, people want, and I said this in a reading on the live stream, people want the cost of living in California to go down. Ain't no governor finna be able to decrease the cost of living right now. I mean, I don't want to say that people are wasting their time voting, but if you vote for Matt. Vote for Matt because Matt, hold on, I got a notification. Matt gets shit done, okay? Because he was once the mayor for San Jose, and Matt he does his shit. So it's like, vote for Matt, and he's a Democrat. Just vote for Matt. But shit, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, Cardi B. Cardi B is not black, okay? When you look at her parents, Cardi B is Hispanic, and that's okay. And then she be talking about, oh, when she was in court, when she was fighting that case with the lady that she assaulted, the judge asked her about her, like, what's your ethnicity? She says, I identify as Afro-Caribbean. Um, First off, being Caribbean is not a race, it's an ethnicity. Anybody could be Caribbean. I could be Caribbean. A white person could be Caribbean. Um, a Hispanic person could be Caribbean. It's like, that's not a race, that's an ethnicity, right? And so when you look at her parents, and even then, like at first I used to say, oh, Cardi B's black because of her hair texture. No, her hair texture, her hair is bone straight. And yes, it defies gravity. It could poof up, but like I said, I've been around a lot of Hispanic people, and I've seen Hispanic people who don't even identify as black. Their hair poof up, specifically the girls. And I've had a boyfriend who rocked an afro and he was Hispanic, like when I was in high school. So it's like very much so, you know, but that doesn't mean they're black. And even when we look back when Cardi B was on Love and Hip Hop and 2016, 2017, 2018, when she would wear her hair slicked back, like it was bone straight, like. And so I think that Cardi B is Hispanic. When you look at her parents, her father looks like a white. Her father is tanned, but if her father wasn't tanned, he would pass as a white man. He would. He would look like a white man if he wasn't so tanned. When it comes to her woman, when it comes to her mom looks like the average Hispanic woman I see roaming the streets of Los Angeles. I'm gonna just be honest. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that. So it's like, to settle that once and for all, Cardi B is not black. When it comes to being Afro, Latina, girl, so they try to get us riled up with this whole racial thing. And I'm just like, at this point, like, I don't even know, man. Like, and there's this lady that I was watching on TikTok, and her name is Chantel Heidi. And she debates men on like she has a prompt above her head on TikTok. And the prompt says body count does not matter, period. It's a manipulation. And it's a manipulation and control tactic. So basically, men debate her on the prompt. And, you know, a lot of these pick me ass women in the comments, I had to set the record straight with on this one woman, because there was this dude that joined the live, and he was saying, "Oh, you're not answering my question." He was basically asking a question of, "Oh, like how is that manipulation?" And Chantel, she explained it. She did. Very straightforward. And it's like, he chose not to listen. Like, he explained it. And it's like, or he was just playing dumb. One of the two. And there was this woman in the comments saying, you did not answer his question, no. Um, you could have just said what manipulation meant. And I'm just like, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, girl, did you get picked yet? You pick me as bitch. First off, and I said, first off, she did explain. She did. She literally explained, when a guy asks a woman what her body count is and he expects a number that is little to zero, what if she says something higher? Then his response, which depends on the person, which depends on the male, which will vary from person to person, sets the tone for manipulation, because he could be aggressive and he could talk down to her. And therefore, when he breaks down her self-esteem, because her body count was higher than expected, when he breaks down her self-esteem and when he makes her feel self-conscious about her body count, then he could start to mold her and sway her in any direction that he chooses. And that's manipulation. How the fuck is that so hard to understand? How is that so hard to understand? Embody, do I, y'all, we're not even gonna address the prompt. It's like, I'm tired of the gender wars. I'm tired of the age wars, the generation wars. Like, it's getting the race wars is getting ridiculous. Oh, also, yeah, y'all, I was on Reddit. I think this is the last thing I'm gonna mention, and then I'm gonna like leave. I was on Reddit, and this dude just posted like a post that said, "Oh, basically women's opinions don't matter," and then he, and then a lot of women in the comment section, were clapping back, and so I said, you know what? So I took his username, and there's this website where I looked on his profile and his profile was empty. So basically, he filtered out everything, like all the subreddits that he's in and all that. I can't see no comments that he's left because there's a setting on Reddit where you could, you know, hide that stuff on your profile. And so this is a website that I use where all you have to do is just punch in the username and then you can see all their data. You can see what they post, their word frequencies, you can see their comments, you can see what subreddits they joined, and I typically use that for private accounts. And so I see that this is a black man. And I said, oh. I said, oh. So I was like, I need to hit him where it hurts. So I said, I said, black men are always the typical suspects. Is this an opinion or is it fact? And I said, what the fuck did I say next? I said one more thing. I said, let me know if it's an opinion or if it's facts. Then we can decide if my opinion matters in or something like that. I forgot what I said. Y'all, tell me why I wake up the next morning and I get my comment gets removed and I get a warning on my account before I get banned. And I said, this pussy ass nigga reported my comment. And I said, yeah. And then I reported his post. Tell me why it's still up there. That shit pissed me off. I was like, so Reddit likes to pick and choose what gets taken down and what doesn't. So I can't call this black ass nigga misogynistic. And I can't be racist to him, but he could be sexist towards me and all my amigas. All my amigas. What's going on? What's up with that? His post is still up there. And people are still commenting saying, fuck you. And I'm just like, but my comment gets removed for hate speech. But his didn't get removed for hate speech. Whoever is in charge of the Reddit moderation, and Reddit removed my post. It wasn't a moderator of the subreddit that removed my post. It was Reddit that removed it because somebody reported my comment, and it was most likely him because I found out he was black. I found out he was black through his profile data. I found out he was black, and I said, you know what? Yeah, yeah, I'm coming for that ass. And then my shit gets deleted and taken down. I said, I know you're lying. I know you're lying. Did what he not say was hate speech? And so I'm confused. I guess when jabs are taken at women, it's fine. But I can't make racial remarks. Yeah, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Man, that shit pissed me off. See, I know that once I get off of here, I'm gonna remember what to talk about. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I forgot to mention this. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, she was a fairy. Yeah, yeah, she was a fairy. Bam. I don't know if I'm gonna post this live. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it up because, actually, I think I will. Actually, because valuable information here, at least my opinions. But yeah, and also telling a little bit of my business. But I'm gonna try and go to sleep. And so, if you made it this far, you are a real one. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Or, I'll talk to you guys like sometime this week. Bye.